Okay. Are you ready? I'm
I'm so ready.
Welcome to the team call. It is Wednesday, November 1st. Can I get a hallelujah for November? I'm so excited. Oh, I just was ready for a new month. I was ready for just like the season of gratitude to begin. It's just, oh, it's so good. So tonight we have Brandi Parson leading our team call, and I'm super psyched. So let me tell you a little bit about my friend Brandi. Girlfriend was given to me by Beachbody as a free lead, and I reached out to her, and she was like that dream person. She's like, oh yeah, I'm rocking insanity, and I'm like doing so well with my transformation, and I just had a baby, and I had just had my baby, so I'm like, oh my gosh, like we're basically best friends already. And I was like, you need to become a coach. She was like, oh no, I need to work on myself first. Like, I'm not, no. So, but then we kept talking, and she kept engaging with my conversation, which you guys know, like, that's not something that like happens all the time. So I'm like, she's got something, like she's got a spark. And so she went through my challenge group, and she was like, I think I can do this. I'm like, oh yeah, you can. So we hopped on the phone, and it was just like magic. Just first of all, you guys have seen in the team page, like when Brandi speaks, like she speaks with conviction. Her posts are phenomenal. Like she's just so willing to share of herself. So that others can prosper, so that others will know that they're held and supported and taking their first step. And it's so cool. And so then I get a call from Brandi or a text from Brandi like, hey, so what's the summit thing? Right? Like she signed up as a coach in April, friends, right? It was April, right, Brandi?
Yeah.
Yeah. Summit was in July. And I was like, oh, well, let me tell you about Summit. Books a room. She and Aislinn roomed together. She attended all the Summit events, like just really a phenomenal human being to be around. Like this was one of those, like God said, oh, here you go. Let me plop this angel in your life because she's going to change everything for you. And she has. I'm just so grateful. So that's how Brandi joined Team Cheers to a Fit Life, and I'm so grateful. And I've learned so much from her, and we're going to learn so much from her tonight. And she's got purple hair, and that's amazing. And I wore my purple shirt for you on purpose tonight.
I want to just sit here and listen to you talk more about me because it's so nice.
Words of
I feel like such a great human being right now. I'm so amazing.
He's so amazing. Okay, I'm going to mute myself, and you are going to chat with us about how to work your business.
Yes. So I had to get real about what it was that I was actually doing whenever I say that I am working my business. I've listened to a lot of, I hop on just about every single team call that I can. Excuse me. And so whenever I was saying, like, my husband would come home and he'd try to talk to me or something, and I'd be like, I'm working right now. And like he didn't know what that was. And so the questions that he would ask me got me thinking like, okay, what is it that I'm actually doing? And I realized I wasn't using any tracking method whatsoever. I looked at Teamsy, I tried Asana, and I just didn't really connect. I think it's Asana. I didn't really connect with those two things. I tried Teamsy for a while actually, and it just didn't flow very well with me. So 3 weeks ago, I decided to try, I actually think I heard Melanie Mitro talk about it, Google Streak. So I love Google products. I'm a Google gal. And so I hopped on Google Streak to see what it was all about. And I love that you can customize every single thing that you want. Like you can create it to be whatever it is that you need to be. So I started tracking actually everything that I was doing 3 weeks ago. And since then, I have noticed a huge shift in the traffic that's coming not only to my like page, but to my personal page. I'm getting a lot more likes on my like page, but on my personal page, I'm getting a lot more comments, a lot more messages, because I'm actually, like, I have a tracking system in place now. And so I actually know what I'm doing. I feel a lot more productive. I feel like I'm actually going to work now. So what I do with Google Streak, Jessica and I were talking about this the other night, actually. So you can set up different stages. I don't know how many of you actually use Google Streak. So you can set up different stages. The very first thing that I do whenever I get a new contact, either on Facebook or on Instagram, if they, like, we have actually, friended each other or we follow each other, then I add them to my leads on Google Streak. And I put the date in there that I add them. And then the next stage I have is initiated contact. That means that I've gone to their page, I've cyber stalked them a little bit and like comment on a few of their things. I try to do 2 to 3 comments for my next stage, and then I date that one. And then the next stage is frequented contact. So it's pretty much the same thing as initiated contact. It just means that I did that again and again. I dated. And then the next stage is engaged in conversation. That means I actually send them a private message. So by the time I send them that message, I have already commented on their stuff, anywhere from 4 to 6 times. So it's not like super creepy. If they comment on my stuff first, they kind of get to skip a stage because they came to me. And so that's not near as awkward as me, engaging in conversation with them. And then I have further down the line, I have invited to a challenge group, signed as a coach, signed as a customer. I have several different stages down the road. So every single day, whenever I sit down to work my business, I am looking at moving 5 people from each category over to the next stage. So I sort all of it by date. So all the people that are in that have been in that stage the longest amount of time, I'm looking at moving those people first. Is that a dog?
I muted everybody. Don't. I got you.
That freaked me out for a moment. So another thing that I do, I noticed whenever I am going, if I put myself, because I stay at home, I don't go to work. I stay at home with my son. So that kind of puts me in a different sort of mindset, I guess. So I realized that I was having to get up a little bit earlier. And the first thing I do is my workout. And then after I get done with my workout, I take a shower. I do my hair. I put on makeup. Like, I have to get ready for work. For me, that's what I have to do. Other people, you may not have to do that. But for me to get in my right mindset, that's what I have to do. Because if I were having a real job, that's what I would do to get ready for my job. So whatever routine that you have that would be necessary for you to get in a work mindset, that's what you need to look at doing. Just that simple act right there has really changed how I work my business, which may seem silly, but it's really put me in more of a business mindset. So now whenever I sit down to do my power hour, and sometimes it's kind of power chunks, I don't necessarily get all through it in an hour because I do stay home with my son. So that helps me get through my power hour a lot more productively. Just that simple act of, brushing my teeth and putting on some makeup. Another thing, how I am finding my people. So I join several different groups. I had joined a weight loss group before I even started Beachbody in March or April, whenever it was. And I'm pretty active in that group. I'm constantly posting my transformation pics. I'm never posting anything salesy at all. I never ever say I'm a Beachbody coach. But it's the whole attraction marketing. I've gotten 2 people that way. And like I post, just stuff that works for me, or non-scale victories. Or I tell people, like, one of the best posts that I did that I've received a lot of feedback on was a comparison of me whenever I was 150 pounds and a comparison of me whenever I was 175 pounds. And the 150 pounds, I was not healthy at all. I was drinking every single night. I was smoking. I wasn't eating correctly, and I wasn't working out. And the one at 175 was recently where, I eat very clean. I work out every single day, but the two pictures look almost the same. But so I use that one a lot to tell people like to stop obsessing about the scale. So I post that a lot in a lot of these different groups that I'm in to let people know, like, hey, this is proof that you shouldn't live your life by the scale. And I get a lot of feedback that way. So I have the weight loss group. I do a ketogenic nutrition plan. And so I'm in 2 different keto groups, and I actually just started a new one. And I'm getting a lot of people that way too. I'm also in a mom group, just a random San Antonio meetup group that I found on the Meetup app, and I'm getting people that way. So I have these different groups, just things that I'm interested in. I go through and I friend everybody. I look at the members list and I friend everybody. And what I find is I'd say probably 50% of the people that I friend request actually accept that. And of those 50% of people, I usually engage in conversation and get somewhere with about 25% of those. So I think that's pretty good numbers there. But I am really, really active in those groups. Let me see. I'm looking at my notes here. And I think that was it. I'm looking here. Sorry.
No, you're good. I was looking like I gotta unmute myself. Okay. I love so much that you shared with us how you're meeting people too. And I love so much that you shared with us that you're being really freaking true to you, right? Like you're joining the groups that you personally need something from. Like
Right.
people get so worried. Like, I don't want to just join groups to like end up trying to sell something to somebody. I'm like, well, yeah, that's a real quick way for you to like put a womp womp on your business. Like join the groups that are going to serve you. It's like, we have a lot of people on our team actually who are moms in a mom group that I was a part of. And the beautiful part of that was like, I needed that group. Like when I was having Andrew, it was everything to me. And so I literally got to meet people that were going through what I was going through. So the keto groups are brilliant because they're different. You're not like, it's not like you're scrolling your newsfeed and like the perfect stuff for that type of situation is popping up for you. Like you need to go seek that out. You need to go get education on that. And you might as well make friends along the way, right? Like it's just like anything else. It's a lot better to do things and to learn about new experiences that you're interested in by way of other people that are doing it too.
Right. And that was actually another thing. I forgot to put that in my notes. So I noticed very, very quickly that I had pretty much no warm market whatsoever. Mm-hmm. I have a couple of people.
That was one of the things that was your block at the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a huge, it still kind of creeps up every now and then because my family is not, it's not that they're not supportive. They're just not anything. They're just completely indifferent to what I'm doing, which is very, very disappointing.
Yeah.
But they just don't comment. They just don't comment. They don't talk to me about it, nothing. So,
well, they're not at the stage of readiness that you're at. Like they take, like we've talked about this, like they can't even accept what you're doing.
Right.
At all, because you're a reflection to them of things that they're not. And it's hard when that's family because stuff runs really deep. And so I think that's a really cool reflection for everyone here. Like, it's okay, but you have to still be you.
And that has taken me, I mean, you and I talked about that in the very beginning. Mm-hmm. That's taken me a while. And I feel like I have the most incredibly supportive partner I possibly could in my spouse. So, having him there and talking, because he is like 1,000% supportive. so having him there and really talking through things with him has got me very much aware of the fact I talk with my hands a lot, man. They're like flying.
Oh my God, I do too. I was making a video today. I'm like, you would think that I would be a conductor, and I've got
Yeah.
zero musical talent. So you're not alone.
So it's been a process there to get out of the mindset of, they're seeing just a strength in me doesn't translate to a lack in them, but they're seeing it as a lack or insecurity or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't fix that for them. All I can do is shine as bright as I possibly can and hope that inspires them to make those changes, but I can't fix that for them. And that's okay.
Yes.
But I knew that my warm market was non-existent. So I knew I was going to have to go after my cold market with everything I have. And so I have really, really tried super hard to attack my cold market as much as I possibly can. And in the last few months, my contacts has more than doubled. I'm constantly trying to look up social media marketing and how to get genuine people that are going to be attracted to what it is that you have to offer. And I'm still learning. There's a lot to learn there.
Yeah.
But being a part of these groups and looking at it like, I need these people in my life anyway. I need these other moms in my life anyway, because it benefits me and it benefits my son. I need to learn this keto nutrition plan anyway. So I'm not looking at it like, because it's exhausting if I look at it like I have to connect with all these people so I can make money. I'm not looking at it like that.
Yes.
I need all these people anyway. And so I'm starting to see, I've been doing this since April, but really, I've been doing it since April, but I've really been doing it for like the last 2-3 months.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm starting to see the fruit of my labor already. And I just know that it's the consistency. I add these people on there. I comment on their stuff. They're going to see me in their newsfeed because we're communicating with each other. I just have to show consistency, and I know it's going to pay off. Mm-hmm. I just know that.
I love it so much. And it's just so, it's really reassuring for any coach to hear this, whether you've been in this business for 5 seconds or 5 years. Like, it's reassuring, and it's a really good reminder of, oh gosh, I really just have to simply be consistent and be engaged in those conversations, and it does pay off. And maybe it doesn't pay off right away, but down the road it will, right? Like, down the road, you are literally creating now what is going to come to fruition in February.
Exactly.
Yep. Right? Like, that is so key to remember. And it's just beautiful that you've kind of stepped into that all in and among yourself. And I love so much that you said it's exhausting to think of this business in terms of like, I got to add all these people so I can sell them a bunch of crap. Like, that is exhausting. Nobody wants to think that way. Like, that's just, it's along the same lines of thinking that you have to do it all, right? Like, thinking that you have to be in control of everything.
Yes.
Right? Like, almost playing God, right? Like, doesn't that just sound exhausting to you? Like, I don't want to be in control of everything. And like, you guys know, girlfriend loves her being in control. I love planning. But like, oh my gosh, there are just some things that I'm like, thank God I can give this to the universe. Thank God I can delegate this to other people, because it's exhausting having to do it all. So kind of looping that back into your point of at the beginning, like having that system that feels good so that you do what you literally want to do, love having control over, and leaving the rest up to the authentic conversations that start to generate by way of keeping track of who you're talking to.
Just the simple act of keeping track of who I'm talking to. That right there, I've watched these videos and I've seen people talk about how you have to do that, but I at the time, I just didn't have a system that was really working or anything that I really felt connected to. Yeah. So finding a system that I connected to, it's drastically improved everything.
So good. Mm-hmm. So good. Does anyone have any like tidbits to add or thoughts, questions? Something that's working for you? Lindsay's rocking purple too.
Yeah.
I
Just
love me some
she
purple.
explained it to me the other night. Yeah, it's so cool. It's so cool when Brandi, you were the first for this, right? So now you get to lead people. You're leading your success partner. You're leading us with this call. You'll get to lead your new coaches because you took the time to figure it out, right? And like, that's the really cool, empowering part of all of this. So awesome. Love it. What do you think, you are most proud of yourself for stepping into? Because I mean, along this way, you shared with us, like, I've overcome a lot physically. I've overcome a lot with dealing with the really, really raw, true feelings of maybe not unsupportive, but like meh family, right? Like, so you've dealt with like a lot of different energies in terms of your growth. What do you think is like the most impactful thing for you right now?
Hands down, patience. I am very type A, very have to be in control of everything, but I'm typically a very impatient person. And if I didn't love something immediately, or if it didn't work for me immediately, I got frustrated and it's like, oh, well, this isn't meant to be. So with this whole process, the amount of patience I have had with myself and with the process floors me.
So,
Because I have tried so many different things in my life, and I never saw myself doing anything long term. And this fits, and this connects, and this is what I want to do. And so I'm being very gentle with it, and because I don't want to strangle it like I have things in the past, and I don't want to exhaust it. I want to be like very tender with it, if that makes any sense. So I'm very patient with myself and very patient with the process, and the ability to just surrender. That's never a thing I've been able to do before.
how profound. That's beautiful, and actually aligns perfectly with why you wanted to speak about working your business and having a system tonight. You created a system to honor your willingness to be patient. If you weren't willing to do that, you would be in force mode. You would be in chug mode, and
Yes.
perhaps wouldn't have taken the time to create what you've created, but you honor it enough to trust the process that you've created, you've figured out, but it feels in super alignment with what it is you want, with that tenderness, with that surrender, with that love. I just love that. That's probably one of my favorite things that I've ever heard anybody in Beachbody ever say. So congratulations. That was awesome. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Did you guys have anything else for Brandi? This was like perfect. This is exactly the type of team call that I needed tonight. This was amazing.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
My goodness, this was so good. I guess I will leave you guys with this tonight. Like, trust the process, trust your intuition, trust that you are wiser than you give yourself credit for, and like, go there, tap into that. I wasn't even gonna like share this, but I just feel like it's a really cool space to share this tonight. Like, so I shared with you guys that I chose not to go to leadership this year because of stuff that's been going on with within my family, and just like a lot of stuff, and like intuitively it didn't feel good. And I have to tell you that yesterday I had felt really secure with a decision for a long time, and I did feel like the weight was lifted off for a long time, because I love leadership. You guys, it's probably my favorite Beachbody event, and it was hard for me to make that decision to not go. But with the power going out, yesterday I was like, if I were to have to pack right now to leave my family, in this situation, I would feel absolutely horrifically awful right now. So there was that. But I also get to share with you, like, this weekend, we are kind of all of a sudden going to be going down to my mom's house to be with our family this weekend, out of the blue. And it's just like, that opportunity wouldn't have come if I were going. And it's just like that reaffirming, like, everything is actually, it's okay. And it's all working out the way that it's supposed to be. So, you know, like, you make decisions and it's kind of like, oh, but like, ultimately it's kind of like, Brandi, what you said, like, you have to trust. You have to trust in it, and you have to surrender to it, and know that if you're tender with what it is your heart wants and your intuition wants, and you're willing to stand up for it enough, like, good things will happen. And I'm just so excited for this whole month, because I feel like starting the month off with that type of energy, even though it's so weird, because I'm like, it's good energy, me not going to a Beachbody event, because, like, it's just really weird because I really wish that I was there for being there. But, like, I think just tapping into the good energy all around the boards is, like, the most important takeaway that I want you guys to get from that. Does that make sense? Hopefully I described that well enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next year, let's all go to leadership together, okay?
Okay.
Okay. 5-star diamonds can go to leadership, just saying. No matter what. Once your lifetime 5-star, you get to go to leadership. Just throwing that little tidbit out there. Yeah. You used to have to be like 5-star to qualify, like within the qualification period, whatever that was, but they changed it so that once you're a lifetime 5-star. So put that on your vision board, ladies. Yeah. So good. Okay, I love you guys so much. Brandi, thank you. Thank you so much. This was amazing. I really, really appreciate it.
Yay.
You killed it. Good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.